ESPN, your anti-Caitlin Clark agenda on full display, going on and on about how that needs to be a flake.
Previously, when you see they cut off the play early, Angel Reese actually shoves Aaliyah Boston in the back to get a rebound.
Come to the WNBA. No fault of Caitlin's at all. But in the end, because of her greatness and because people were resistant to
You have other players who are going to knock down shots from the three-point line. And now you can't collapse quite as much, right?
The whispers are over. The speculation is done. Because now, thanks to shocking new exclusive courtside footage, the truth is out in the open. And it's ugly. Caitlin Clark isn't just playing basketball. She's under attack. And with her, the entire Indiana Fever organization may be caught in the middle of a silent war brewing within the WNBA itself. What began as a few hard fouls has escalated into something that looks eerily personal, too targeted, too calculated. And now, fans, analysts, and even some players are asking the question out loud. Is the WNBA allowing and even encouraging a culture of aggression against Caitlin Clark? The footage that sent social media into meltdown wasn't aired during the official broadcast. It came from a Courtside fan video, raw, unfiltered, and impossible to ignore. It showed what many had suspected but couldn't yet prove. Clark being repeatedly bumped, shoved, elbowed, and taunted, not in the heat of competition, but with clear intent.
Second half, as we look at Diamond DeShields and Caitlin Clark. And Diamond with...
Oh, that's on the rip-through on the cut by Power Cassidy. With the elbow.
Previous foul is under review.
At one moment in the clip, Clark fights through a screen and is caught with a forearm to the ribs. The refs? Silent. In another, she gets jawed at by an opposing veteran after a three-pointer. But what really had people talking was the exchange caught after the whistle. A group of opposing players seemingly coordinating physical plays, with one clearly mouthing the words, "She needs to be hit." Let that sink in. This isn't gritty basketball anymore. This is targeted hostility. And Caitlin Clark, the most high-profile rookie the league has ever seen, is square in the crosshairs. And the league? Crickets. No flagrant fouls, no statements, no fines, no accountability. For fans of the game, this feels like betrayal. For fans of Clark, it's an outrage. And for the Fever organization, it's a nightmare scenario. Clark came into the WNBA as a generational talent, a player who shattered college records, drew millions of viewers, and sparked national conversations about women's basketball. She brought sponsors, TV deals, merch sales, and millions of new eyes to the sport. And now, she's being punished for it. The footage ignited a firestorm. NBA legends, WNBA icons, and major broadcasters weighed in. Even neutral observers couldn't deny what they were seeing. "She's being hunted out there," said one former player, "and the refs are letting it happen." ESPN's Stephen A. Smith erupted on air. "This is not physical play. This is deliberate targeting, and the WNBA better wake up before this turns into a PR disaster. You cannot let your biggest star be treated like a crash dummy on national TV." Even longtime WNBA supporters admitted they were stunned. One commentator noted, "You can't have it both ways."
Well, I believe to Angel Reese. Yep, across the head, and they will go to the monitor to review this one.
And in for Clark. And draws the foul at 1.6. She goes sprawling. She went sprawling into her own bench.
You want the spotlight, the ratings, the mainstream attention? Then protect the players who bring that spotlight. But it's not just about Clark. It's about what her treatment says about the league's culture. The Indiana Fever, barely out of rebuild mode, have been carrying the weight of Caitlin's stardom while trying to survive nightly on-court beatdowns and hostile crowds. They've stayed mostly quiet, until now. In a rare move, a Fever assistant coach was caught on a hot mic saying, "They're trying to break her. It's obvious, and the league's just letting it ride." Multiple sources within the Fever organization have since confirmed that internal complaints have been filed with the WNBA office. So far, those complaints have gone unaddressed. Meanwhile, other rookies, like Angel Reese, Cam Brink, and Rickea Jackson have also noted the tone of the season. Reese has publicly supported Clark against the hate, saying, "No one deserves to be bullied for bringing attention to the game." Even Brianna Turner, a veteran of the league, took to social media recently, warning against the dangerous trend of jealousy disguised as defense. So, what's driving this? Some say it's resentment. Clark entered the league with more hype, money, and media attention than most players ever see in a career. That spotlight can breed bitterness. Some say it's an internal clash between old-school veterans and the flashy new generation. Others believe it's about race, marketability, or control. But whatever the reason,
Clark. I mean, that's clearly a foul, which was called. The question is, will they call it?
With 8 seconds left, goes around to Gumake, drives baseline, and shot rejected by Izzy McMagor. Second opportunity is up and in by Nalissa Smith.
one thing is undeniable. Caitlin Clark is being singled out, and the WNBA's silence is becoming deafening. Fans are demanding action. Jodder Protect Caitlin is now trending on every major platform. The footage has already been dissected by analysts, attorneys, and YouTubers. Even sports media personalities outside of basketball, like Pat McAfee and Colin Cowherd, are calling the league out. "I don't care if you're a Clark fan or not," Cowherd said. "If you're letting your biggest star get beat up every night with no protection, that's not letting them play. That's sabotage." Meanwhile, Clark remains composed, professional, focused, but even she has hinted at the wear and tear behind the scenes. "I just play hard," she said after one game. "I expect physical play, but there's a difference between competing and trying to hurt someone." That line, "trying to hurt someone," is being replayed across media platforms like a siren. And now the ball is in the WNBA's court. Will the league take swift action? Will it issue fines, warnings, or suspensions to send a message that superstardom isn't a license for abuse? Or will it continue to downplay the situation, hoping the noise dies down before it affects ratings? The league's future could hang in the balance.
4 years old, potential to team up with Christy Wallace, maybe Sammy Whitcomb, and there's Caitlin Clark. Just left it short. Whitcomb on the defense. And a technical foul on Christy's
I don't blame
side.
her. I do not blame her. You have other players who are going to knock down shots from the three-point line. And now you can't collapse quite as much, right?
Because this isn't just a Clark problem. This is a culture problem. And if left unchecked, the message being sent is clear: shine too bright and we'll dim you the hard way. As of now, no formal statement has been released, but insiders say discussions are happening behind closed doors, cameras are being reviewed, complaints are being reread, and the league office is scrambling to get ahead of a crisis that's no longer just a whisper, it's now playing on every screen in America. One thing's for sure, the footage doesn't lie, and now the world has seen it. Caitlin Clark isn't just carrying a franchise, she's dodging a target. And if the WNBA doesn't step up, fans might start asking who's really playing defense out there and who's just playing dirty.